Jim Cummings here. Now, I know you don't know me, but you know this guy, Quinn Noble. Everybody knows Quinn, and he's got a bodacious podcast to tell you all about it. And also, he happens to know Darkwing Duck, the terror that flaps in the night, the winged scourge that pecks at your nightmares. I am Darkwing Duck, and he is Quinn Noble, so stay tuned. You know what to do.
What up, everyone? Happy Tuesday.
Holy Testicle Tuesday!
How's everybody doing tonight? Cheers. Just hit 100 followers last stream. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I guess I didn't have the disc in.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Got that dog in you? What's going on here? What's going on here? Has to be pressure. Started getting the QB off his spot consistently and getting sacks or even forcing incompletions, and any offense is going. I didn't see what it said. I'm a slow reader. I'm a slow reader. Take a deeper look at strong safety, Dwayne Fulcher. He's been standing out from other prospects in terms of his football IQ. Perfect. Let me take a look at his tape and scouting report. See if he looks like a good fit. Let's see. Dwayne Fulcher. Fulcher. Come on, man. Where's the block? Ooh. Tiptoeing. Got a hand on him. Oh. Give me the silver. Come on, dude. Lame. Nice. Oh, come on. Ooh, through. That was nice. Oh, that was bullshit. That was awful. I don't think that guy's supposed to. They're supposed to be doing that to me. We'll take it just to keep things moving. Ready.
It's Madden NFL 24, and we'll see Brock Purdy. He's coming off a nice week throwing the ball. 4 touchdown throws. It's the 49ers and the Buccaneers, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 24.
From the future site of Super Bowl 60 in a few years' time, there's a look inside Levi's Stadium here in Santa Clara. Today, we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they enter play here. They come in playing some decent football, 5-3 in their last 8 games.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Bucs, they're in a real groove of late. Winners of 5 of their last 6 games.
And the way they played last week defensively, you look at the tape, it looks like they had extra guys on the field, and they thoroughly shut down that offense.
This taken in at the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here are the Buccaneers ready to go on offense with a new man at the helm here for 2023 in his 6th season now in the NFL, Baker Mayfield.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
They start the drive with White. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give them 15 yards to start their first drive of the game. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
They go right back to White here on first down. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. You look at this Niner defense, and they find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get a nice answer about how much he likes his team and what they're doing. But at the end of it, he would admit there's definitely room to improve.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Play fake. Mayfield airing this one out for Evans. And this is caught inside the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
It's early, but announcer cliche alert here. Big players make big plays. Should I say in big games too? What the heck. And this defense, they're going to have to find some way to slow him down as this game goes on, because when this combination is going good, they can tear your secondary apart.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. White will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
Mayfield now on 2nd down. He completes it right side of White. Down at the 2. Broke through the first contact, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory, or might he go for it?
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. And his kick is good. And the Bucs taking a 3-0 lead.
What's going on?
Well, that was a long, sustained opening drive, but in the end, only able to get 3, the field goal out of it.
And absolutely, you'll take the points and the early leads. You never give those back. But there will be a little bit of disappointment that they didn't punch it in for 6 after that kind of yardage and that kind of drive that they had.
After the made field goal, here's McLaughlin back out there to kick it away. The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod
nice
will
in your
not
area.
return
Yeah,
it.
man.
The Niners
It's,
offense set to
I'm in
go
Florida,
to work,
and I think it's
it's
in
last
20
year's
degrees
revelation,
tonight,
Brock
so.
Purdy, who leads them out in season
chilly.
number 2 from Iowa State.
Snow,
When I reviewed last week's game and saw the
you
4
snowed
touchdown
in?
passes that he threw, I thought about you during the Turkey Bowl last year.
Yeah,
you guys
right.
had the same stats, except he got the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award with his.
He got touchdowns, I got picks. I like going back watching the film with you, and we thought
Really
it was a
not
good
used to
performance in
snow at
person,
all,
obviously
so.
was, but you thought even better on
lucky
tape.
in
It
that
was
sense.
really something to watch.
Yeah, what I loved was how he spread it around. A lot of people involved in the passing offense. 4 touchdown passes culminated it.
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Kalijah Cansey has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Well, the very first thing they told us, Charles, was we need to apply pressure early.
He's good.
And I would call that early pressure a nice sack
Washington
to start the
State.
game.
Oh, yeah.
And on the other sideline,
You're way
I
up
just
north.
have this image in my mind of the head coach on the headset with the offensive coordinator asking him if that's exactly what he saw in his mind when he called that play. And if so, is it going to be like this all day? That's a tough one right there.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Purdy. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. So the completion good for 6 yards. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. And Charles,
been to
this
Portland. I heard it's
defense,
cool.
they know that they've got their work
I
cut
like that
out
show,
for them. Here's a
Portlandia.
quarterback coming off a game in which he threw 4 touchdowns. And they've watched the tape all week. They've seen it. But what can
Well,
they
I
do
didn't play
differently?
23. The last one I played was
facing a really hot
2016.
Get him
so
uncomfortable in the box. Change speeds, change locations, change the pitches you throw at him. So show different coverages. Blitz sometimes, drop back other times. Just don't let him get comfortable. Don't let him get into rhythm.
That was no
Yeah, the
3rd and
last
2.
one I
That
played
was
was
3rd and
with,
16. But they get the conversion
OBJ
anyway.
on the cover
Well,
where
I think
he
when
made
they
that
look at their
catch.
offense, they think to themselves, weapons
And one
everywhere. And they
catch.
want to move the
I
ball
played
around.
Madden
They
my
want to
whole
spread
life,
it to
though,
different
so.
people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And not much there at all. Maybe
I'm
a yard
enjoying it
into the
though. I mean, I'm
43.
just trying to run through one season. If I
The
like
numbers
it,
for
I'll keep
McCaffrey
going. I just
last
got it
week.
for Christmas, so
15 carries,
this is my
83
season,
yards.
week 11.
After the last game, they have plenty of reason to be confident in their running game. And even though they're facing a top 10 defense, they're not going to shy away from doing what they do best.
I
Make
like
them
to,
adjust to them.
stream
Make them
everything
stop
up.
what they do before they go to any type of a change-up.
Here's Purdy. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's
Oh
3rd
yeah,
down.
those old Maddens.
You look at this
were-
defense for Tampa
Like that was
Bay.
when it was. I played
They
it
were
on
terrific
Xbox.
in the win over
I feel like
Tennessee a week
Madden
ago.
They held them to just 7
03 was that
points
the
and
one
then
with
reviewing
Dante
the game
Culpepper
tape.
on the front?
I'm wondering how they
think
got
I
the
played
7.
that
I
a
actually
lot.
wrote a note to myself. How did they even score? The way they were playing, absolutely dominating on their side of the ball.
Purdy with it on 3rd and long. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 38-yard line. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd. We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice, sustained series to begin the game. It will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're
you're
doing
tucked
on
out
this
for it.
drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and it'll be 2nd down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
So the practice squad, yeah. I'm getting you. There's a lot of stuff in here that I kind of been skipping
The
in
49ers
franchise
with
mode,
the football
but,
here to begin the second quarter. As they've
been
got it with a
enjoying it.
2nd and 10.
I mean, I just want to play the game. It's like they've added a lot to it. I could take it or leave it, but
Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. Fan? But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
So they need 6 yards here on third down. They're 2 for 2 on third down tries so far on this drive. Back to throw, Purdy. Oh, this will be incomplete.
Man, that
Rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse.
God, no.
Instead, it's fourth down.
They converted twice on third down that drive already, but couldn't make it.
Oh, sir, I don't like it.
We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
Moody for the 49ers field goal. A 51-yard attempt.
Looked out
And
there.
this is off the left upright.
49ers, huh?
And it comes back. It's
Nice.
no good. And instead of tying
Everybody's
it
saying
up,
that they're going
they'll
to the
remain
Super
down
Bowl,
by
so
3.
We'll see what happens.
So distance not the issue there.
I'm
He had plenty
obviously
of
a
leg to
Bucs
get it
fan,
there. It's that
so I'm
darn
pretty happy
upright
about
getting in the
last
way.
night.
Always gets in the
What
way of a
happened to
good
the
time,
Eagles?
doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
And because they couldn't hit the long field goal, they are set up nicely offensively at the 41, 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a give to White. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play.
I miss like the old school like
Not a lot of
spin
running room
moves
there,
and
not a
stuff,
place to
you know?
make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down at 7. Mayfield off the play fake. Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And the Niners are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Back out there comes
We've
the
always had
49ers
like
offense ready for their second drive.
Eagles.
They currently sit
Like the
one
first
game
time we
over
won the Super
500
Bowl
thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've
was,
been really an up-and-down
we
team
had to play the
all year.
Eagles.
Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you didn't
In the
mention they've
conference
been up and down all year, so to me,
championship.
it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely
And it was their
playoff
last
worthy. But to me,
game
they
in
haven't been
their
able to bring the
stadium.
intensity week in and week
Stadium.
out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 3. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he'll make it only to the 43, a gain of 2.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you
and
don't
I think it was
over-pursue
Rondé
and let a guy
Barber
get a
that
cutback
intercepted
lane on
him.
you. He did that very
And I think
well.
last
You
night,
praised him on tape
like in the
yesterday for
middle
the
of the
angles
game,
that he takes to the ball.
or like during
Took
the
a great
game, they had
angle right
Rondé
there.
Barber
The
pop up
offense on
the,
third down tonight,
on the big
they've been
screen
okay,
and,
2 for
like,
3
talk
thus
smack
far.
to try and
They're looking
rattle
at
the-
third and the
the
nose of the
players.
football. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains.
Well, they're currently the best in the NFL in converting on third down, so it was no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on third downs all year long.
oh
Purdy.
man, wide open.
This pass to Jennings, and he makes the catch.
Jesus.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 18 yards, first down Niners.
But certainly as a fan, you get a little bit nervous when you see him make those kind of throws. But they work on that in practice more than we know. And most of them now know their limits.
Oh yeah, the Eagles
and know what they
fans.
can get away with.
I mean,
And there's a completion right there.
they're you know,
So
rumored to be
first
some of
and
the
10
worst
now
fans in
from
the
the
league.
30.
I actually know a lot of Eagles fans.
Now Purdy.
The ones I know aren't so bad.
And that's complete to
Oh, come on.
McCaffrey.
You gotta make that
And
tackle.
inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score.
Snatch their souls from them. Yeah, that would, they went downhill fast.
Now 2nd and 9.
These guys that
Throwing here,
that I watch
Purdy.
on TikTok,
They'll set
they're
up
like
the
all
screen to
big
McCaffrey. And they work this near the 5,
Eagles
and he
fans.
stopped at the 6. It's a good
Give him
gain
a
of
shout
11.
out.
Sets him up 1st and goal.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. It looks like
But,
they're going to
I've been
utilize him
razzing
in the
them.
backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Purdy
Man, they got
looking to
my
throw.
number here.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing
Yeah,
at a
that was-
shutdown level so
I,
far. Even backed up late.
I've been
They're
hungover
forcing
all day
incompletions
because
and
I probably
fighting to
had
keep 'em out
like
of the end
10
zone
beers
as the
during
first
that
half
game
winds
last
down.
night. I was just going to town, having a great time. That game
They
was
come
awesome,
up here
man.
with another shot from the 6-yard
was like
line,
a-
and it's
a
2nd and
picture
goal now.
Going around the internet
Purdy
of
now to
Baker
throw.
Mayfield having a dip tin in his pants.
Incomplete.
And they were like,
Good coverage yet again
they were
down here by
like,
the
Baker
goal line.
Mayfield's got a
Everyone's
dip tin in
blanketed,
his
and he's
pants.
forced to
Bucks
throw
are
it
beating
away
the
and try and
Eagles
come up
by
with something
30.
on 3rd down.
It wasn't far off. It was pretty close.
2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer.
Let's
And
go,
likely
guys. Come
throwing
on, we
again,
got
you'd
this.
have to think on 3rd and goal here. Again, it's Purdy to throw it.
Dude.
And this is caught. For the moment,
the
it's a
flag?
touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Oh yeah, we'll accept that. That would be dumb if
So
I didn't.
reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
A 23-yard attempt.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And
Thanks
that
for
will
stopping
tie us
by.
at 3-3. So,
Come
Charles,
by
they get to them
anytime.
with
We're
their
here
first
late night.
turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball
Good luck in the
what's first
playoffs.
thing a coach tells his
What you
defense?
talking about?
Don't
Playoffs?
let them
You
score
kidding me?
off of this. You got to put out
Playoffs?
the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20. Call it the 21. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their
Nice
meeting
work.
rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Mayfield on play action. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A very solid gain of 20. And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. They'll roll it out right. And this one caught downfield by Evans. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Here's White. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
White.
There we go.
Touchdown, Buccaneers.
We're on the board.
Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point.
All right, how much time we got? 21 seconds. Cheers, y'all. Boom.
And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now.
49ers 3. Chase McLaughlin, the kickoff for the Buccaneers.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it. Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. On first down, it's Purdy.
Ooh, nice.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Buccaneers out on top. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte, where it was the visiting Cowboys who got the win on the road. Tony Pollard, a touchdown run in the victory. From there, we'll jet north to Ohio to check in on the Browns at home at Cleveland Browns Stadium. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Pittsburgh Steelers. Kenny Pickett, strong as usual in the victory as his guys run their record now to 7-3. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. As you can see the score there in the 2nd quarter. Josh Allen has a touchdown pass. It was a solid first half for the running back, Rachaad White. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way. Both these teams running through their final adjustments before they head out for the 2nd half. Time for us to go back to Levi's Stadium as we'll hand it back over to Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Starting the second half with a run by McCaffrey. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Running his run premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. They need 2. Here's 3rd down. They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
Here comes the 49ers punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. So here are the Bucs to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They go play action. Mayfield. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It's the former number 4 overall pick, Cleveland Ford, that got in there to bring him down. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Rolling to his right. This is caught by Evans.
There you go.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. Here's Mayfield. Looking downfield for Godwin. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 59 yards.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Team dangerous.
Mayfield out to his left. And they're going to get to him. A sack. sacked back at the 9-yard line. Slipping into the backfield for the sack was Oren Burks. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. And now Mayfield on the bootleg. He'll buy some time right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the 49ers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well. Cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here because they were sharp in moving it down the field. But sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given, and it doesn't always work out that way as we saw there.
Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. He'll start by handing this off to McCaffrey, and he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. McCaffrey on the counter. And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Out of the gun, Purdy working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. This is McCaffrey on the give. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
So good.
At the 33-yard line.
A handoff from Mitchell running left. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the 2nd half.
You just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
Here's Purdy now on 3rd and goal. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. And we shift to spotlighting Mike Evans. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
An ideal beginning of the drive there is they'll get 20 and a first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. They'll go up the middle with Wright, pushing through the contact. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is 2nd and less than a yard. Godwin, the motion man. He's going to get it on the jet sweep. And Godwin going to have a Bucs first down as he'll take this down inside the 45. Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's under that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
I don't know. I expect good 2-minute warning. Thank you.
So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Here's Mayfield. On the move to his left. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the 4th quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and the lead is now 17-3.
49ers 3. Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it. So Purdy and the Niners down by 2 touchdowns. 1:46 to go. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. To throw is Purdy.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
If this offense can't get it done, they'll think back to just a few plays and say to themselves, this was a winnable game and we let it get away. Still a chance to save it, but time's definitely running out.
Purdy to throw.
Looking left side, and it's complete.
And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. That is caught, and he is going to have a 49ers first down. They only needed one, but it ends up being a gain of 6 and moves the chains.
Fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Now Purdy powers through him. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Purdy. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 30. And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they get 6 seconds to go in the football game. This is 1st and 10. Purdy to throw.
This is Jennings. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line.
Purdy with one final shot here.
And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Well, this defense has been physical all game long, and it certainly looks like they're not going to back off and make things any easier. They want to keep making life miserable for the receivers all the way to the end.
And the 49ers are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
Nice.
my collection.
Thank you.
Single player and hot seat.
Now, on with the show.
No. Twice.
Thank you. Enjoy the film.
No. Not bad for the first
Single player
try.
results.
Now, on with the show.
Oof. So close. There we go. Oh, come on. Being sloppy. Terrible. This one's terrible.
Single player results. Single player and hot seat. My collection. Single player and hot seat.
Oh shit. Oh, come on. Oh, come on.
Single player results.
Pathetic. Worst score ever.
Have you ever thought about speedrunning a video game? Have you ever thought, man, this looks really cool, I think I could get into that, but you're just a little bit too intimidated? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how easy it is to get your foot in the door. So sit back and relax and let's get into it. What's up everyone, my name is Quinn Noble, aka Silverhawk, and recently on my channel I submitted a speedrun to speedrun.com of Super Mario Bros. In just under 7 minutes and they accepted it. So it was my first acknowledged record in the speedrunning world. I wanted to get my feet a little bit more wet, so I decided to try another game. So in this video I kind of wanted to share my experience and show you how easy it is just to get your foot in the door in the world of speedrunning. But first, if you're interested in video games, speed running, let's plays, product reviews, top 5 lists, that kind of thing, be sure to hit that subscribe button because I'm putting out new videos every week. So let's go ahead and get into it. Now I'm going to have to give you the disclaimer. I am going to play all the way through this game, so spoiler alert, if you don't want to see the end, then you probably don't want to watch the end, but it is a very short game and there's not a lot to it. Basically, you're a white square named Midnight, and there are 36 shards scattered across the level, and you're supposed to find each one of those shards as fast as you can. I'm playing this on the PlayStation 4. The X button makes Midnight jump. There is a double jump mechanic, and the directional pad moves him left and right. This game is also available for the Nintendo Switch as well as the PC on Steam. One cool concept of the game is that the level changes every time. It's never the same, so it's not as if you can come in here and plan for everything. Basically, the traps stay the same, they just are spread across the level differently. Now, I don't believe there are any physical copies of this game. I picked it up digitally on the PlayStation Store back at the beginning of COVID. They had a quarantine special and a whole bunch of games were dirt cheap. I think I picked this one up for around $3. Now, if you get hit once, you're dead. Midnight doesn't have any heart containers or energy tanks or anything like that. So it does make the game a little bit challenging, but really it's not that challenging. It's actually pretty easy. Being that the game is so short, it's a good one to put on when you have a couple friends over and pass the controller around while everybody dies. Keeps the energy level exciting for a little bit. Now let me get into my speedrunning experience. This speedrun actually came as an accident. My first speedrun was Super Mario Bros. And when I submitted it, they didn't accept it. I honestly sat on it for about 2 years, and when I started to make my YouTube channel, I went back and looked at a bunch of old footage I had, and I decided to try and submit it again. I don't know, I figured I'd get an email or something, but I actually didn't hear back from them. So when I went to go look at the site again later on, I noticed that they had done an entire remodeling of the site, so I decided to submit my run again. And the next day I got a notification saying that my run was accepted. Now there was a lot of gear involved in getting my Super Mario Bros. Run to speedrun.com. I had an HD NES called an AVS Retro USB, and that was going into an Elgato HD capture card. That was going into my computer, which was running a program called OBS. That was streaming onto Twitch, while I had a timer called Live Splits that was timing my run. Now I know you're probably thinking, I don't have all that gear to speedrun, but that's where this speedrun in particular comes to play. I only needed 3 things. I needed a web browser, I needed a YouTube account, and I needed a PlayStation 4. Now I'm sure there's plenty other games to play. I just picked this one because it was cheap and it was a quick one to beat. Now in addition to speedrunning, I also enjoy trophy hunting on the PlayStation Network. I've been doing it since the PlayStation 3 and my account has carried over, and I'm honestly pretty proud of my trophy count. But this one is notorious for being an easy platinum trophy, which is a very hard trophy to get in most cases. And I've seen quite a few YouTube channels say that this was a pretty easy platinum trophy to get. Now believe it or not, this run was the first time I had ever played the game. It was my first sitting. And I sat down and I maybe played it for an hour before I ended up getting this run. And honestly, when I was doing it, I didn't even know that I was about to beat the game or anything like that. You know, wasn't like I had all my gear set up and I was doing it. The cool thing about the PlayStation 4 is it actually records you while you're playing. If you hit the share button, it'll show you the last 20 minutes that you were playing. So it's perfect for a game like this to record a run of 5 minutes or something around that time. I tend to hit that share button and try and record some of my best highlights. Like in the intro to my YouTube videos, there's a clip of me launching a three-pointer from almost full court and making it. And I captured that the same way with the PlayStation 4. And as you can see, once you finish the game here, there's not a lot to it. And I did get that coveted platinum trophy that is sought after. And as you can see, there's a timer included. So after I beat this game, I hit that share button and I captured the clip and I uploaded it to YouTube. And then I went to speedrun.com, submitted my run with a link to the YouTube clip. And the next thing I know, I was ranked. And I know what you're thinking.
If you ain't first, you're last.
At first, I was actually number 9, and I went and made a Facebook post about it. And then my buddy Matt commented and said, I want to pick up 36 fragments to midnight, submit a run of me playing it, and be number 10 in the world at something. In response to that, Matt, I want to say go for it. I want to see more people up on that list with me. That was kind of my motivation for making this video. Hell, that's been my motivation for making this channel, to find more weirdos out there like me. Now I'm already working on a third speed run for a future video, and if you'd like to get a little sneak preview of that, you can always check out my speedrun.com profile that's down in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and as always, thanks for watching and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Alright. Been a while. It's been a while. Oh, I didn't do this yet. Well, I don't know how long that's gonna take. I don't think it's gonna take too long. It's at 13% right now.
we got a like and subscribe. Quinn Noble.
Yeah. We got it all started up again, guys.
Previously on The Walking Dead.
You don't have to fill his cup up anymore, baby. Grandpa is sleeping.
No, Yaya. Pipo's awake.
Solamente está confundido.
Mamá.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Hey!
Put your hands up and close your eyes.
Thanks.
Mari!
Oh, shit!
Kate! I have to stay with my family.
Go. I'll hold him off. I said go.
Hey, what do we call you?
Sorry, forgot to introduce myself. It's Paul, but my friends call me Jesus.
I fucking knew it.
You're one of them?
You're goddamn right she is.
If you want to shoot me, shoot me.
How about I shoot your little boyfriend here instead?
Holy shit!
What the hell's going on out here? Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I hate being out so close to dark. It's harder to see them coming.
We're just gonna get that propane and then come right back.
I saw it in that pickup truck parked down the road a little, in front of the Wallace's house. I just wish there was an easier way to get it, and that we didn't have to risk life and limb every damn day for food and water and gas for the stove.
Nothing's easy anymore, Kate. But that doesn't mean we don't have to try.
I know. It's just hard to get used to, that's all.
We get over there, we grab the tank, and we get the hell back home. If we're lucky, we won't see a single one of those things.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
There it is.
Let's take it and go. Empty.
You've got to be fucking kidding me. God damn it!
Settle down, woman.
Of course it's empty. Why would we get that lucky?
Hey, keep it down. I know it sucks, Kate, but you gotta watch out.
I'm sorry. I'm just sick of this shit. I just thought this one time we deserve to catch a fucking break.
Kate, you're a hammer now!
Oh God, that's.
Give me the hammer and I'll beat this guy's head. Damn it. Well, that sucked.
Kate, you're a hammer now!
Oh God, that's... I'm sorry. I was just so fucking scared.
You froze. It's okay.
I wanted to kill it. I really did, but I know him. That was one of Gabe's friends. Drew. He was so sweet. He always had a smile on his face. Gabe worshipped him.
That's not Drew anymore. I know, it still looks like him, but the kid you knew, he's gone. All that's left is this thing.
I don't even know what to call them. If they're not people, if they're just the dead, muertos.
That's what we'll call them.
I thought we were gonna die. I thought Gabe and Mariana were just gonna wake up and we would just be gone.
We should, really get back inside.
Yeah. Okay. I know we all wanted to stay here in the house and wait for David to come back. But it's been 3 months since he drove away with your mom.
What are you saying?
We're not safe here. Not anymore. You and I could have been killed out there. For an empty can. There's gotta be a safer place out there.
What makes you think it's gonna be better anywhere else? Everything and everyone outside this door is dead.
Exactly. How long until one of those things gets in? We stay, somebody's going to get hurt. Or worse.
You really think the kids are gonna be happy with this plan?
The kids will understand. And if they don't, we'll just make them see it our way. We have to go.
How come? What if I don't want to leave?
Gabe.
We're safe inside the house. And I bet we can find more food in the neighborhood if we just look harder.
Sorry, Gabe. But we're the adults here.
So we have no say in this at all?
It's our call.
We can't stay, Gabe. It's just getting worse out there.
But what about Dad? What's he gonna think if he shows up and we just ditched him? We might never find him again.
We have to look out for ourselves now, Gabe. I wish things were different, but our safety's more important.
But we're safe here.
No, we're not.
I'm sorry, Gabe, but Javi's right.
How about you guys go and I stay here?
You're a kid. That's not how it works.
I can take care of myself. If I need any help, I'll just ask my friends.
Gabe, honey.
What? What's wrong with her? Why is she acting so weird? Uncle Javi?
I'll tell you when you're older, okay?
Just tell me. I can handle it.
I don't think so.
We can't lie to him, Javi. He needs to know. Your friend, Drew, from down the street, he didn't make it. He turned into one of them. So you understand why, don't you? Why we have to leave? If that happened to you, I couldn't bear it.
When do we have to go?
Tomorrow, as soon as it's daylight.
I want to leave him a note.
I'll help you get started. Okay?
What are we gonna tell him? I want to say something good. Something that won't make him sad.
Tell him we're gonna be okay. We're gonna stick together, and we're gonna get through this.
Okay. I'm gonna write it right now, so we don't forget.
Of course.
I'll help him. Thank you. Really.
Dad?
Javi! Is that really you? I always hoped I'd find you. Never really thought it'd happen. Not after all this time. I can't fucking believe this. It's you. Couldn't have said it better myself.
I knew you were still alive. I knew it.
Hey, weapons down! This is my family! You gotta let us in. Kate doesn't have much longer. Jesus. Kate!
David?
I'm here, honey. I'm right here. What the hell happened? She's been shot. We got the bullet out, but she's still bleeding. We need your doctor. Now, David. What the fuck is she on the ground for? She's barely got a pulse. She's cold as fucking ice. How are you just gonna leave her here like this? What would you have done, huh? Your men said put your hands up. I'm supposed to what, just ignore them? I don't give a shit what they told you to do. After all she's done for you, this is how you treat her? She's coming inside!
But she hasn't been checked.
Fuck that! This is my wife!
I didn't know. Honest.
She's going to the hospital, now! Our doctor's gonna help you, honey. I'm gonna make sure of it.
Wait, I'm going with you.
Sorry, but the rest of you have to go straight to quarantine.
What for?
All newcomers get checked for bites, and they all have to answer a couple of questions. Our doctor will clear the two of them, but the rest of you have to come with me to the quarantine holding area.
Don't you get it? I'm David's brother. I'm going to the hospital with them.
We have procedures here, procedures that have to be followed. Even if you are related to David.
This is bullshit.
Come on. The sooner you come along, the sooner we can get you cleared.
Hey! David!
Let's go.
Trip.
Oh, God! Eleanor!
we found the car without you in it, I didn't know what to think.
The engine up and died. I came here looking for help, and this happened. I've been so worried about Kate. I told them she needed a doctor. They promised me someone would look into it. Please, tell me they found her.
Well, luckily we found her before she got any worse. They just took her to the hospital.
I can't believe no one went to look for her. I'm sorry, Javi. Really, but I didn't have any reason not to believe them. What?
The people here in Richmond, they're New Frontier.
Oh my god.
Oh, you ain't even heard the worst part yet. One of them's his brother. I didn't even know you had a brother, Javi.
Maybe it's a good thing. We've got somebody on the inside. Somebody who can vouch for us.
Vouch for you, maybe.
Javi could be right. At one word from David, and the others came running to take Kate to the hospital.
Whoever this guy is, he can't be all bad, right? I mean, he helped Kate instead of hauling her down here.
Of course he brought her inside. She's his damn wife.
You're kidding. Kate is married to your brother? The way you two acted around each other.
The only reason I know Kate is because she married David. I was the best man at their wedding.
Wow. Okay.
Family drama aside, hope you know I'm not about to make nice with New Frontier. I know you didn't have much stake in Prescott, Javi, but they burned that place to the ground for no fucking reason.
After everything you folks told me, I'm guessing I'm not gonna find my people alive.
Hell, Javi. They killed your niece! Shot Kate! For all we know, your brother could have been behind it. And even if it wasn't his idea in the first place, if he knew about it and didn't stop it, that shit can't stand.
I hate to admit it, but there's a chance he gave the order. If he didn't know it was them, if he was just trying to get payback for what was stolen, it's possible.
What was he like when you knew? You guys get along? He seemed happy enough to see you up there.
No matter what he might show to other people, he's got a good heart. Might be buried under a ton of shit, but it's in there.
Well, let's just hope he's the same guy you remember. If your brother knew anything about what happened in Prescott, he's got to answer for it. They all do. I owe that to Conrad. I'm not just gonna let things slide. I've never really been an eye-for-eye kind of man. But people died. We need to even out the scales.
As soon as I get a moment alone with David, I'll get to the bottom of this. He can tell me what we're up against. He has to. Family's gotta be good for something, right?
Hey.
Hey.
I would have been here sooner, but I had to take care of something. Come on already. Kate's asking for you. Maybe you think it's okay to keep a lady waiting. Thought I taught you better than that.
Lead the way.
Gladly.
Looks like the rules don't apply to everyone, huh?
That's right. Some people get out of here early. Others stay a long fucking time.
Trip, just drop it, okay?
Smart cookie, this one.
Javi, just go.
I'll put in a good word for you, okay? See if we can't hurry the process along a bit.
Thanks.
This guy's being a real dick. Southern hospitality.
Family must be good for something. Nice, Javi. We have a process, our own way of doing things. Your guys better not have a problem with that. Things don't go well for troublemakers here. I hope that's clear.
Of course not. We're happy to be here. It's good to see you alive, brother.
Same here. Come on.
Where are we going?
Kate asked for you. I thought you'd want to check on her. Listen, Javi, Gabe, he told me some pretty messed up things. Things I need your help wrapping my head around.
He shouldn't have done that. I wanted to tell you myself.
Bad news is bad news. Who cares who delivers it? He told me you lost Mariana. Just a few days ago.
Oh. I'm sorry, David. She's gone.
It's strange grieving for the same person twice. Like losing something you didn't know you had. What was she like, Javi? She was so little when we got separated. Who did my little girl become?
Mariana saw things that other people didn't. She told me she wanted to write down her memories to keep them alive after she was gone.
Sounds like her. Always was a dreamer. How did she die? Tell me how it happened.
She went quickly, David. Without pain.
Gabe said it was people, not walkers.
People with your mark.
My people aren't in the habit of killing little girls.
David, I was there. They shot Kate too. Ask your buddy at the gate if you don't believe me.
Max was a part of this? Fuck. I need details. What the hell went down out there? I need to know exactly what happened. Everything you remember.
They ambushed us in a junkyard. Just unloaded on us. They chased us back to this town, Prescott. Their leader flooded it with walkers and tear gas.
Leader?
A crazy bald guy with a beard.
Badger, what the fuck have you done now? I'm gonna handle that stupid son of a bitch, okay? Do me a favor, keep this to yourself. The politics here, they can get messy.
I thought you were the boss.
There's 4 of us that run Richmond. You need to impress the other 3. Or you'll be back on the road by morning. Try not to stir things up. You and your friends could have a very short stay.
I can be impressive when I try. I'll follow your lead.
Just don't get cute. I run security here, but it's not like my word is law. This shit with Badger doesn't make things any easier.
Who's the fresh meat?
Ava, this is my brother, Javi.
The baseball brother? No shit. What are the chances of you turning up on the doorstep?
My brother talked about me.
All the time at the start.
All good, I hope.
I think you know the answer to that.
Ava's my right hand. If there's anyone you can trust in Richmond, it's her. That woman, the fucking soldier. She was the first person I met up with after you and me got separated. I never would have made it without her. Gabe said you went back to the house. At the start. I'm sorry I never found you.
We waited for you. For 3 months. Eventually the house was overrun and we had to move. Why didn't you come back?
Mama and I got routed out of the city on the way to the hospital. It wasn't long before she...
Poor Mama.
I couldn't get back into Baltimore, so I hooked up with my old unit. We thought we could build a safe zone outside D.C. After what happened to Mama and everyone else, I thought you were all dead. But you were taking care of them, weren't you? Somehow you found a way. I'm not gonna lie. I never thought you had it in you.
I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Kate.
Is that right? This is where they're treating Kate. Don't get comfortable. We're not staying long.
Hey!
Hey, kid. Got everything you need?
Yeah. This place is like a resort. Check it out, Javi. Noodles in a cup.
We need to get you some real food. Stat. Turn you into a soldier.
Javi, I'm glad you're okay.
You know me. I'm always okay.
Damn, it's good to have you back. Look at this family. Look at my wife. Isn't she the most beautiful woman alive?
Come on. With the lights off, you could mistake me for a walker.
You're a lucky man, David.
We're all lucky. What, you okay?
My...
Shit. I'll get the doc.
I'm fine. I just needed to talk to you, alone. I'm scared, Javi. More than I was the whole time on the road. Even when I thought I was going to die, everything inside me screams to get away from here. These people are killers. And David?
Let's just get you better, Kate. The facilities here...
I don't care about facilities. We did fine without them before.
You didn't have a ruptured spleen before.
These people nearly killed me, Javi. David's people. Have you forgotten, Mari?
Of course not.
It's always been you and me on the road, Javi. That's how we've made it this far. Please, promise me we'll go back to that the first chance we get. This place, it's a cage.
I'll find a way, Kate. You have my word. Rest up. You're gonna need your strength.
Thanks. I feel better. Knowing we're in this together. But please hurry. I don't want to be left alone here.
Feeling better?
How you doing, sweetheart? David reported some pain.
It's less now.
Strange how it just comes and goes.
I think she pulled her stitches when she sat up.
Her stitches?
I doubt it. But pain often comes in waves with abdominal wounds. I'll give you something to take the edge off, in case it comes back. Truly superlative work. I thought I'd have to operate, but all she needed was IV fluids and some antibiotics. How did you find someone with skills like these? A wound like this kills 9 out of 10. Whoever did this really knows their stuff.
We got lucky. We met a group with a medic, Eleanor, just before Kate got shot. The same group in quarantine now.
She's there now? We should let her out. I'll vouch for her.
Nice.
Agreed. I'll have Ava bring her here.
I want to meet this Eleanor. I'm sure she'll be an asset to our community.
You can vouch for the rest of them too, right?
It doesn't work that way, but we'll make the case for them soon. Javi and I have to go meet some people now. See if we can't prove he's worth a damn. We're gonna take real good care of you. Okay?
Send my apologies, David. I won't be able to make it.
Feeling okay?
Fine. I just want to keep an eye on my patient. The others know my vote is with you.
Come on.
Creepy.
Remember what I said. When we meet these guys, keep what happened to Mariana to yourself. Badger is one of my guys, and I will handle him.
It may look pretty, but it's all sugars. There's no substance.
It tastes pretty, Clint. That's all that matters. Ah, the brother.
Javi, meet the guys. Clint runs food production. The crops you saw, that's him and his people. Jones, our bridge to the outside world. She handles contact with other settlements.
Pleased to meet you, Javi. I trust you've been treated well. I hope you haven't been handled too roughly. Some of our people left their courtesy with their old lives.
No complaints here. I get that you guys have a way of doing things.
Thank you. We have to be careful. I'm sure you can understand. We were just about to eat. Clint was trying to convince me of the essential superiority of his cream spinach over my magnificent Black Forest gâteau.
It's no contest. The spinach has real nutritional value.
Javi, take a look at that table. You tell me what you'd rather put in your belly. Spinach from Clint's garden, or a baked delicacy by yours truly?
Everything looks so good, I want it all.
So polite, David. You sure he's your brother?
Can't trust a diplomat. Always saying one thing and thinking another.
Please, make yourself comfortable. We value straight talk here, so please, forgive me if I seem direct. We're usually pretty strict about who we open our doors to. Your brother's word counts for a lot.
Is that so?
The three of us and Dr. Lingard make all the decisions here, so yeah.
People who choose to stay with us, they have to deal with us bossing them around. Not saying you wouldn't, but it can be an adjustment. Especially for the more independent-minded. There's no structure out there now. People get used to doing as they please.
I always do what I'm told. Ask my older brother.
You're gonna fit in well, Javi. I can see that already.
When Joan and I met your brother, he was trying his hand at fruit.
Fruit?
We found him slowly murdering an orchard on the Shenandoah River.
Howdy fucking ha.
I helped him bring it back to life.
We had a good run there.
For as long as it lasted.
What happened?
What always happens. We trusted the wrong damn people. That's what led us to start this. Wondering what this fine piece of body art is all about? It's our litmus test for loyalty.
I've seen that mark a few times.
You probably saw it at the gates. Right, Javi?
We all took it as a sign of commitment. It was a crude answer to a difficult problem, and it hasn't always worked. Please understand. We had a terrible winter just after we moved here. We lost a great deal. Loved ones who left holes in our lives. Protecting my people from that kind of pain, that's what keeps me awake at night. It turned me into a perpetual night owl. I know it's a lot to ask.
I know how you feel. Seeing the people I care about suffer, it's a terrible feeling. I just want to shield them from it all.
It's a noble aim. One worth fighting for.
Max? What are you doing here?
I sent for him.
Since when does he answer to you?
From what I hear, he's well acquainted with your brother. They exchanged a few bullets outside our walls.
Is that right? Is there bad blood between you and Max?
Nothing that can't be worked out.
I want to hear that from Javi.
I don't have a problem with him. He's all right by me.
Yeah, same here.
I don't buy it. Max, how did this start?
Don't look at him. You have an obligation to tell the truth.
We caught him siphoning gas from one of our vehicles.
Max.
Sorry, David. I know he's family, but your brother's a thief.
Is it true?
Answer her. I was scavenging whatever I could find. I had no idea it belonged to you.
If you just asked, we'd have given it to you. That's not all. Rufus said Clementine ran his truck off the road just to break him free.
Clementine?
The girl we had trouble with in the past. You can always judge a man by the company he keeps. Running with that girl don't look good.
Clementine's not a bad person, at least from what I've seen.
Of course you'd say that. You got that honor among thieves.
This is who you're asking us to vouch for, David? Seriously? You know we can't just open our doors to bandits. We're trying to build something different here. Something resembling civilization.
Everything I did out there was to protect my people. That's more than I can say for you.
I'm not sure what you mean.
Javi?
You have something to say?
One of your people, some asshole called Badger, he put a bullet in a little girl, my niece, David's daughter.
What? Damn it, Javi, I told you I'd handle it.
No, David, this cousin fucking dirtbag has the balls to accuse me? He and Badger destroyed an entire town.
That's enough!
No. We need to hear this.
Go on, Javi. Sounds like you've got more to get off your chest.
They overran Prescott with walkers, ran them in on trucks.
Badger did that, not me.
You were right there next to him.
I tried to get him to stop, I swear.
David, we warned you about getting your soldiers in line.
We don't know all the facts.
We know enough.
She's right, David. You've lost control.
I want them gone. All of them. Take Javi and everyone in the quarantine to the gate. Send them out with enough weapons to defend themselves, but no more.
Look, we can't fight this. Not now. Kate and Gabe will be safe here, your doctor friend too. But the rest of you, you're gonna have to do what they say. I'm sorry. Are you fucking kidding me? Just play along, okay? I'll help you when I can. Just stay alive, okay?
What a douche.
No, sir, I don't like it.
You're lucky I don't gouge your fucking eyes out with my thumbs. You hear me, asshole?
David packed this.
He did. They said...
Start walking.
What about Eleanor?
Walk.
Eat shit. Answer my fucking question. God damn it, Javi! Let go of me!
This isn't her fault, Trip. You're mad at the wrong person.
Do not fuck this up. There's a settlement a few miles west of here. Don't come back.
Seems your moment alone with David screwed us over pretty good. We trusted you.
Everything was going okay. At first. I don't know what happened back there.
Yeah, well, I got a pretty good idea what's gonna happen out here.
Let's just see what they gave us.
Knowing them, it's probably a butter knife and a stick of gum.
They could have just shot us.
More than once.
Oh, how fucking neighborly. What's that?
Looks like a map. I doubt they give one to everyone. Ava did say David packed the bag.
Why the hell is it tied to a baseball bat?
David's sense of humor was always poorly timed. Looks like they're expanding. Some of these areas are marked clear. Okay, there's Richmond. That helps.
But we can't go back there.
Knowing where it is lets us know where we are. Pretty sure David wants us to go there. And if this is us here, then I think we can head along this path. Just gotta head north. And to find north...
We need to find the North Star.
That's it. We need to go this way. What else is in there?
Not a whole lot. Flashlight, not enough weapons. No food.
Let's go. Trip, come on. What's up?
I can't lose anyone else. I'm telling you, I can't. Prescott, Conrad, maybe Eleanor.
Look, I get it. But like it or not, this shit happens. We can stand around, drying each other's eyes, or we can get going.
You're right.
Man up.
Sorry, man. Rough day, to say the least. I know you got my back, and I got yours.
Of course.
After you. I gotta tell you, man, I thought you and Kate were, you know... I mean, I saw you kiss her in the junkyard, and I ain't judging, mind you, I'm just curious. What's the story? Ain't my business, I know, but what have we got to lose out here? Hey, man. It's all right. Go for it.
I do have feelings for her. And maybe I shouldn't, but that doesn't just make them go away.
No harm in saying it. Hell, only real harm's in not saying it when you should. It's always a mess, ain't it?
What's that?
Who you love, who loves you, if they're one and the same or otherwise. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. Goddamn mess.
And it never quite washes out. Eleanor and I, we were... something at some point. But nothing now. I respect her wishes. I really do. I just wish my heart respected mine. Jesus got his eye on something. What you got for us, man?
Listen.
Tell me that isn't what I think it is.
About a quarter mile out. Heading the same way we are.
Well, we could hit walkers any second. We better scoot.
Okay, look alive, people. I got him. Batter up, fuckface!
Come on, man. Move your ass.
want a piece of this?
Come on, man, move your ass.
You want a piece of this?
Clementine.
You should be more careful with this. We're even now.
I thought you were getting out of here.
I was. The walkers are everywhere. I had to cover myself in walker guts to get away.
Come on. We're heading to a factory nearby. Should be safe.
I thought you were going to Richmond. New Frontier kick you out? Doesn't surprise me. Not one bit.
No thanks to David. And no thanks at all.
David? That asshole's still around?
This is gonna sound really weird, but he's my brother.
What? Wait, this place we're going, David sent you there?
It's supposed to be safe.
Clem.
You can't trust him, Javi. I learned that the hard way. I never wanted to need people again, but I had nowhere else to go. The New Frontier gave me this and made me one of them. They promised they'd help him. That turned out to be a lie. We're gonna get you the medicine you need, AJ. I don't care what they say. Nothing to worry about, little guy. We're gonna get you better.
I mean, she's amazing. I wouldn't fuck with her, right?
Hope I don't have to use that. Here it is. It would have to be a shot. Hang in there, goofball. This is gonna get you better.
Clem.
Dr. Lingard, what's the matter with you?
I'm fine. Clem, please don't. The vancomycin, that's the last of it. It'll be wasted on AJ. I told you. It could save someone's life if used right.
It's the only thing that can save him.
Except it can't. I'm sorry, Clem. I tried everything. I really did.
This will help him get better.
Nothing can help your boy now. Clem, put the drugs back before anyone finds out you took them. You know what they do to thieves here.
I have to try. Come on, goofball. I need you to be brave for me now, okay? Shh. See? It's not so bad. AJ, shh.
What the hell is this?
I told her it was a bad idea.
You fucking high again? Pull yourself together before the others see you. Deal with the damn kid. What the fuck were you thinking? You were told those drugs couldn't help him. How could you be so stupid?
Did you think I would just give up on him? AJ is everything to me, David. I'd do anything to keep him alive.
Except there's nothing left to do. That waste, that'll cost someone's life down the road. Someone in this camp. Someone who contributes to our survival.
Come on, David. She was just trying to help her kid.
We helped enough! We should have left him out in the woods a week ago!
But look, it's helping.
It doesn't work that way, Clem. You bought him a peaceful moment. Nothing more. I wish I could tell you it would save him. But that's the reality.
Then it was worth it. I'd do it again in a heartbeat.
Without a goddamn thought for anyone else. We opened our arms to you, made you one of us. This is how you repay us? By stealing? By putting yourself before the group? You're done here. You broke our rules, Clem. Violated our trust. There's no place for you in the new frontier. You've made that pretty damn obvious.
You know what? Fuck you. And fuck the new frontier.
You already did. That's why you have to go.
Maybe we should give her another chance.
Don't fight me on this, Paul. You know what Joan would say if she were here. I'm sorry, Clem. You brought this on yourself.
Come on, AJ. We don't need this place anyway.
He stays. Can't take him with you. That ship has sailed.
I'm not leaving without him.
AJ can't travel. All we can do now is make him comfortable.
I'm not leaving without him.
Let him go, Clem. He'll only drag you down out there. It's what's best for both of you.
No! You monsters! What about this? What was it all for? Don't forget, I'm one of you.
Not anymore.
Let her say goodbye. We owe her that much, at least.
Fine. You heard her. Say what you need to say, then you go. Please don't make me regret this.
Be strong, goofball. Be strong for me.
Let's go.
I thought AJ would be the one. Finally.
The one what?
The one who didn't die. My little goofball. At least he doesn't have to live in this world anymore.
This is what David circled on the map.
Our smelly friends are back.
If too many of them push against this, it might give. Gotta find a way in.
Here they come.
Fuck! I can raise it a little, but something's wrong with it. Jammed or some shit.
Maybe we can force it open.
We're gonna have to. Locked. Shit.
Look for another way in. It's our only chance.
Oh man, this thing ain't as strong as we thought. Hurry it up.
I don't hear anything in there.
Good enough for me. Pick up the pace, Hobby!
Well, there's a car. With no wheels.
Shit! God damn it!
We can use that floor jack to lift up the garage door. The handle's missing.
Ah, fuck! It's only making it heavier!
That's it. Won't go any higher. Everyone get in.
Hobby, go!
Come on, Trip.
Close the door.
Hurry! Get that goddamn jack out of there! Damn, man! That was too close.
Hopefully that door holds him.
Hey, I'm
dare let that fucking baby killer in. Don't make me do this.
Clem.
Don't do it, Javi.
Come on, hurry up.
I thought you were a good man. We need to barricade the door.
Did you let him turn? Tell me!
Answer her question. Now.
We didn't have to worry about that.
What the hell does that mean?
He lived, Clem. He lived.
But how? He was dying. Clem said so.
AJ bounced back. He was stronger than we thought. It was a miracle.
You're lying.
I don't know, Clem. I don't think he'd lie about this.
You don't know him like I do.
Clementine, please, I'm telling the truth.
Where? Where is AJ now?
I don't know for sure.
But he's in Richmond?
Dr. Lingard took care of the boy. He'll know how to find him.
Then I'm going back.
None of us are going anywhere until the walker's clear.
What's your plan, David?
We used to store a vehicle up this way. Provisions. I came to get you set up.
And
say goodbye. I don't want you to worry about Kate and Gabe. I'll take care of my family from now on. They'll be safe with me.
Fine. Take care of them. It's about time you stepped up.
You got some nerve.
Shit!
Board it up.
We need something to buffer. Something heavy.
There! Help me!
Wait a half second. Where'd you find this?
Over there.
Show me.
What the hell is all this?
These could come in handy. Don't want to just take them, but...
I might be going crazy, but... I think these came from Prescott. That's Phantom Punch.
I don't understand how all this got here.
Like you don't know.
Hey, none of this stuff was here before. I don't have a damn thing to do with it. We've only ever kept a few basic supplies here for scouts, for emergencies.
Come on, David, don't play dumb.
What are you suggesting? That I was part of looting Prescott?
You must have known something.
You think I condoned this?
This is bigger than just Prescott. There's spoils from other towns here, too. Towns I heard got raided a while back. There's stuff here from the Kingdom.
Look how many there are already. Goddamn herd's nearly on us. Hurry the fuck up. You hurry up.
Wouldn't be in this mess if you hadn't gone all trigger happy on David's family.
Take cover.
Fuck him. I'd do that little bitch again just to see her head pop.
You sure as hell are stupid, ain't you?
You only just realizing that now?
I told you. Joan is on the warpath. Last thing we need is people getting wind of all this stuff.
Look at all this shit. We're frickin' rolling in it.
I'll give you that.
Just glad we found some more smokes. That shit is the new gold.
And now we get to see your head pop, you piece of shit.
David?
I thought better of you, Max. I really did.
David, come on, man. We're a unit. There's no need for...
Stop him! He's getting away!
Go! Get Badger!
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode. My name is Quinn Noble and today we're going to be taking a look at my game room in 2022. So sit back, relax, and let's jump into it. I started last year with a tour of my game room and it was my best performing video in my first year as a channel. I figured I would be crazy not to make one for 2022, and to be honest, that last game room did not last long. I had to move to another apartment and set up a new game room. I filmed a few videos in that room, including a let's play of Sega's Spider-Man the video game, as well as a brief history of Tecmo Bowl. Due to unforeseen circumstances, I was forced to move again, and unfortunately we will never get a tour of that room. However, I believe that everything happens for a reason, and that has brought me to my best game room yet. Let's pick up where we left off. If you saw my last game room tour, we ended with my holy grail item, which is this Marvel vs. Capcom arcade machine. It serves as a storage for my Rock Band drum set, and I have to say that I am lucky to have this bad boy in my game room. You see, my new apartment is on the second floor. With the help of my good buddy and bandmate Russ, we got it up the flight of stairs, but it was no easy task. Let's just say that I'm not looking forward to moving this thing again, and I definitely owe Russ a few more rounds of beer for his help. This arcade game is powered by a Sega Naomi, which is the arcade equivalent of the Sega Dreamcast. It has a cartridge slot where you can swap the game out. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is the only one I have at the moment, but I have looked into buying a couple online, including Virtua Tennis and Power Stone. Next to my lone arcade machine is a magazine rack with various strategy guides. It helps to have all the Marvel vs. Capcom moves readily available when I have buddies over to play. I always check the book sections in the thrift stores. I have found some really good guides by doing this. I found this glass case for free at a thrift shop. I didn't really need a glass case, but it is kind of the centerpiece to my game room. As of now, it houses some large system boxes as well as a ton of nostalgia from the 80s and 90s. Some of this stuff was gifted to me. Some of it I found thrifting. Some of it was featured in some of my earlier videos. And some of it even belonged to me as a child, like this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles mutant module.
Shredder and his henchmen have used it to drill into the underground gold vault. We're here. Can they just drive in and take whatever they want? Why not? Because Splinter and the Turtles are hovering nearby in their turtle copter. Hey guys, something's afoot. Shredder's getting away, but with the turtle copter's punching skids, he's a pushover. It's foot washing time. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Vehicles and figures each sold separately from Playmates.
On top of the glass case, I have some autographs, including the late Jeremy Bullock, who originally played Boba Fett, and George Lowe, who played Space Ghost on Adult Swim. Above that are some Punch-Out portraits that I have painted. I would like to eventually get a whole set from Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. So far, I have painted Piston Honda, King Hippo, and Bald Bull. Is there a better boxing game out there? If there is, I don't want to know about it. Squirtle here is a rescue from one of my local Goodwills. I don't know if I have told you yet, but I am highly addicted to Pokemon Go. Feel free to add me if you are too. Next to my glass display case is my entertainment center. This is where I keep the majority of my systems. On top, you'll find a Bulbasaur, as well as some boxes to systems and accessories. I don't necessarily collect Funko Pops, however I do have a small collection. This is Bill Reiser and Lance Bean from the classic game Contra. Contra is a side-scrolling run and gun that I featured in my last video about the games that I played in 2021. Be sure to check that video out if you haven't yet. If you know me personally, then you know Ren and Stimpy was one of my favorite cartoons growing up. I once did a cosplay of Powdered Toast Man that won me first place in a 2017 Halloween costume contest at the Best Damn Bar in my town, or Paul's Poorhouse. I got to meet Ren and Stimpy's co-creator Bob Camp at DragonCon a few years back, and I also got to meet Billy West, who plays the voice of Stimson J. Cat, as well as the Red M&M, Doug Funny, and one of my favorite characters of all time, Philip J. Fry. Speaking of Philip J. Fry, I have always admired this fan art of him in a smoke jacket. The original one has the artist's initials AO. I'm not quite sure who the artist is. If you know, please let me know in the comments. I have seen multiple copies out there, and being the lemming that I am, I decided to paint one for my game room. There is a Futurama game, and one day I will own it, but it will have to be a day that I am swimming in money like Scrooge McDuck, because it goes for a pretty penny. If anyone is wondering what to get me for my birthday, Futurama Complete for the OG Xbox is at the top of my list. I'm sure you've seen dogs playing cards, but have you seen the animated Bad Boys playing cards? This painting was gifted to me by my friend Alberto. He goes by the name Life's Ink on Instagram and TikTok. Be sure to give him a follow as his art and content are only getting better. I'll leave his handles in the description. I just love the detail he uses with Bender and Rick cheating by passing cards through a portal. This piece fits perfectly in my game room. Thanks again, Alberto. There are plenty of cartoon-related video games, and I love to play them all. One I have played a lot in my day is The Simpsons Hit and Run for the Nintendo GameCube. This is basically Grand Theft Auto in Springfield, and what more could you ask for? Many Simpsons fans, myself included, believe this to be the best Simpsons game ever. What game room isn't complete without a shelf dedicated to Mario? This question mark block Magic 8 Ball was a gift from my mom. Let's ask it a question. Do you think we can get to 500 subscribers by the end of the year? Well, that was kind of open-ended. I keep my mini systems underneath my television. My mini collection includes the NES, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, and the core graphics. I keep the majority of my systems behind these glass doors to display. They are not hooked up as I am not a fan of wires. They aren't in any particular order either, so let's start with the Sega Master System. Next to that is a pile of Wii's. Below I have the Sega Dreamcast and Sega Saturn, as well as the OG Nintendo and Super Nintendo. In the next case, I have the Sega Genesis Models 1 and 2, the Jungle Green Nintendo 64, and a Nintendo GameCube with the Game Boy player. The next shelf has two models of the PS1, the PlayStation 2, as well as the fat PlayStation 3. Below that is my TurboGrafx 16, original Xbox, and two versions of the Xbox 360. Above that I have some accessories like my PSVR, original box Game Boy, and the Power Glove, which is more for show. It hardly did what it was supposed to, but the commercials in between Saturday morning cartoons made us feel otherwise.
The Power Glove for your Nintendo Entertainment System. Now you and the games are one. Everything else is child's play.
Right now I have the Wii U hooked up to my main TV. I always like to have Mario Kart 8 ready for some multiplayer action. I keep all my Wii U games on this Wii rack I found at the Goodwill bins, so I spared no expense. It also makes perfect storage for my Rock Band Stratocaster. The Guitar Hero and Rock Band accessories are some of the hardest to find spare room for. I feel like this is why we come across so many at thrift shops and garage sales. The other side of this rack stores multiple Wiimotes, more than you will need, really. On this wall I have all of my handheld systems on display. I have the Super Mario Bros. Game & Watch, Game Boy Color, the OG Game Boy, Nintendo DS and 3DS, the PSP, the PS Vita, Sega Game Gear, and this Tiger Electronics Home Alone 2 LCD game. I had a few of these growing up, and I was mighty surprised to find this relic from 1992 floating around in the bottom of the Goodwill bins. What a score, and the fact that it still works was just the icing on the cake. Over here I have my collection of Game Boy games. This rack I am using is actually a nail polish holder that I ordered off of Amazon. It will hold about 30 games and makes for a very nice display. I did end up adding a few games to my Game Boy collection this year, including Gargoyle's Quest. This game is sentimental to me because it was one of the few games I had when I was younger. The game is a spin-off of the Ghosts and Goblins series where you play as the villain gargoyle Firebrand. Ironically, I played this game before I even knew what Ghosts and Goblins was. As you can see, I am playing this on the Super Game Boy, which is such an underrated accessory. They even made some games for it, like Donkey Kong here, that was made especially for the Super Game Boy. My mom found this in her thrifting adventures and picked it up for me. As you can tell, the normal background is replaced by a DK arcade machine. The classic game is here, as well as several new levels made just for this Super Game Boy experience. Here's a cool game room hack. I found this clear over-the-door shoe organizer at Walmart for about $5. Instead of using it for shoes, I use it to store all of my controllers. As you can see, they are the perfect size for most control pads. There are even larger pockets on the bottom to house bulky controllers for consoles like Nintendo 64 or the Sega Dreamcast. You will find a lot of Star Wars memorabilia in my game room, and for good reason. Star Wars is one of my favorite movie franchises of all time. I have been watching the series my whole life. The films are some of my earliest memories, and I still have some of the Kenner action figures from when I was a kiddo. There are so many Star Wars games out there, it seems like I have one for every system. You've got your side scrollers, pod racers, online multiplayer battlegrounds, and even some pinball. Isn't that right, R2? My love for the film has opened doors in my life that I never thought possible. My good buddy Lance has a movie-quality Boba Fett costume. His attendance was requested by comedic rapper MC Chris for a concert at a venue called Big Daddy's. We got to party with MC Chris and there were stormtroopers dancing on the bar. It was an epic night. This led me to making my own Star Wars costumes like Savage Opress and even a Tusken Raider, although I had some help with that one. I got to party with Star Wars fan and comedian Brian Posehn, who later got cast and killed off in the first episode of The Mandalorian. I even got to sit in on a convention panel with Peter Mayhew, who originally played Chewbacca. He told stories of being on the set of the original Star Wars trilogy. Sadly, he passed away in 2019. Star Wars is one of my favorite movie franchises, but my favorite video game franchise has to be the Blue Bomber himself, Mega Man. You will find lots of Mega Man merchandise spread across my game room and my apartment, for that matter. He appears in my refrigerator magnet collection, my pin collection, even my sock collection. I have some Mega Man pop vinyls, a Pez dispenser, and even a Mega Man cereal made by Funka. Mega Man artwork is displayed all over my game room walls, including some fun perler bead art, colored vinyl from the band Bit Brigade, and this shadow box art from Pixel Frames that really breathes some life into my game room. Mega Man is one of the first series I ever got into, as it reigned supreme on the first console I ever owned, the Nintendo Entertainment System. I keep my Mega Man merch on top of this game shelf my dad and I built a couple years ago. Below, it holds some of my most near and dear games like my NES collection and most of my original box games. My NES collection is my largest collection currently at 368 games. I have most of the games I want, but this year I was able to add 3 heavy hitters to my collection in Gargoyles Quest 2, The Creon Conquest, and Rockin' Cats. I was also able to find a decent amount of NES boxes this year, including Mega Man 2 and 4, as well as Kickle Cubicle, Little Nemo the Dream Master, and Battletoads. Remember Battletoads?
It's Jeff's Video Game Review! Okay, last week Harley and I reviewed Ultra Enviroman. Whack to the curb. It has got to go. So today, we're gonna take a look at Battletoads. Rocky! That it is, I mean, they got Psycho Pigs and Turbo Thwacking. And with kick fighting, surfing, babe saving, how can you go wrong? Your kid's a freak for Battletoads and these other games from Trade West, Nintendo Entertainment, or Game Boy systems required.
I play my NES games on one of my favorite consoles, the AVS Retro USB, which is a custom FPGA board programmed to replicate the NES's original processor. There are no emulators or repurposed hardware, and it all displays in HD. If that isn't enough, there is a built-in Game Genie complete with stored codes. I don't even need this guy. For instance, here is Battletoads again. Let's go ahead and add infinite lives, super fast punching, the mega jump, and let's start on the 8th level. I'm probably going to need all that because if you've ever played Battletoads, you know it's going to be hard. I also started collecting Famicom games this year for fun. Famicom is the Japanese version of the NES and stands for Family Computer. You can also play these games on the Retro USB. Super Mario Bros. 3 is actually slightly different from the US version. I also picked up Mother, which is the first game in the Earthbound series. We never got this game in the US, and I can't even decipher the language, but lucky for me, there is a digital version on the Wii U, and it was also released to the Switch Online subscription if you pay for that. Speaking of the Nintendo Switch, my collection has doubled since my last Game Room tour. I've had a lot of fun playing some of the Switch exclusives, but none more than Cruisin' Blast. This game brings the arcade racing style right to the palm of your hand. My girlfriend and I have had a blast, no pun intended, unlocking all the levels and vehicles the game has to offer. In addition to the cars, trucks, motorcycles, and ATVs, you can also be a UFO, Triceratops, hammerhead shark, and even a unicorn. Each level offers a different theme, and the race ends when the first person places. Cruisin' Blast is not quite Mario Kart, but if you are looking for a slight change of pace, this is the game you are looking for. Next to my Switch collection are my GameCube games. One of my favorite accessories for the GameCube is the Game Boy Player. If you have one, you know that it won't work without the Game Boy Player disc. I ordered a custom case off of eBay for a few bucks, so my Game Boy Player disc has a permanent home now. Here is my tiny DS and 3DS collection. The majority of my time on the 3DS was spent playing the Zelda games they released for the system. A Link Between Worlds was amazing, and I enjoyed playing the Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask in 3D, which is why you won't see them in my Nintendo 64 collection. I also don't have many Nintendo 64 games, as I do not have a way to play them in HD. Most of my favorite games for the system I have complete in box, or CIB for all you nerds out there. On that same shelf is my Super Nintendo collection. There just isn't a great way to display these games. Here are some of my console favorites, but I can't tell you how many hours I sunk into the Street Fighter II series as a child. My mom surprised me with this game on my 12th birthday, and I remember wanting my birthday party to be over so I could go home and play it. That time in between, I just stared at that strange SNES box art. I was hooked as soon as I heard that Capcom jingle. I thought I was so cool when I learned how to do a Hadouken. I was that kid beating the adults in the arcade. Here's a picture of me mid-air getting Super Street Fighter II for my 14th birthday. Oh Lord, look at those jorts and that braided belt. I beat the game with every character just to see the different endings. The music was so good, my old band Chilled Monkey Brains recorded a Street Fighter II medley titled Go Home and Be a Family Man, which is what Guile would say to his opponents when he would beat them. The track featured our friend Danny Bedrosian, who is the current keyboard player for George Clinton and the Parliament Funkadelic. The album was titled Apocalypse and featured artwork by artist Blake Armstrong. Blake added cameo appearances of Guile, Ken, and Ryu to the cover art. We had the entire band and crew dressed like Street Fighter for a Halloween show. I wore that Blanca cosplay to Dragon Con and was featured on Adam Savage from Mythbusters' website, Tested. Back to SNES games. I also have a few in box. This year, I picked up this cool lenticular box for the game Claymates. It mentions here something about Blaze processing, which I have never heard of. Was that Nintendo's answer to Sega's Blast processing?
The Sega Genesis has Blast processing. Super Nintendo doesn't. So what's Blast processing do? And what if you don't have Blast processing?
The Sega Genesis is one of my favorite systems to collect for. I try to get my games in their original case, however I do have a large amount of loose parts that I keep on this cassette tape rack along with my loose Famicom games. One of the loose games I picked up this year was Thunder Force 3. I am becoming increasingly interested in shoot-em-ups, or shmups as they are called today. I have heard nothing but good things about Thunder Force 3, and for the most part they are true. I'm not going to lie though, this game is extremely fast and brutally difficult. I am learning the ins and outs of this game as quickly as I am losing lives. My other Sega collections are rather minuscule in comparison. My Dreamcast collection is pretty small, but I do believe this console offered the best versions of Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2. If I am wrong, change my mind. My Sega collections only get smaller from there. My Sega Game Gear collection is currently at 4 games. My Saturn library is tied with that, however 2 of those are imports. And finally, my Sega Master System options are slowly growing at 3 whole games. You've got to start somewhere, I suppose. My TurboGrafx 16 library would be bigger if the games weren't so darn expensive and hard to come by. Lucky for me, I have some real nice friends, and my buddy Johnny gifted me a Turbo EverDrive. This high-tech piece of technology lets me play just about any American or Japanese release for the system. Thanks, Johnny. Moving on to Microsoft. I definitely played the original Xbox more than my PlayStation 2. Here's a game that took up a lot of my time, and that's Def Jam Fight for New York. There was a time when EA was at the top, and this title is a prime example. This fighting game lets you select rappers, musicians, and models as characters. Among them, you can select Snoop Dogg, Method Man, Busta Rhymes, and even Carmen Electra. At the core, this is a wrestling game with 4 other fighting styles, including submission, kickboxing, street fighting, and martial arts. There's even a nod to the punk scene as Henry Rollins trains you in the gym and teaches you the different styles. Great controls and an even better soundtrack makes this one of my favorite wrestling games of all time. Over on the Xbox 360 is one of my favorite RPGs, and that is South Park: The Stick of Truth. This doesn't even feel like an RPG. It feels like you are controlling an episode of South Park. This is one of those games that is hard not to finish. It's rather short, and that may be a part of the charm, but if you are a fan of the TV show, I highly recommend The Stick of Truth. My Xbox collection ends at the 360 as I do not have an Xbox One, Series S, or Series X. I am mainly a PlayStation guy. I have a small library of Sony handheld games, and I am having fun looking back at the original PlayStation. This year I picked up a game called No One Can Stop Mr. Domino. I saw this on Metal Jesus' channel, and if you are watching me and don't know who Metal Jesus is, you are doing it wrong. He is one of the best in the YouTube video game scene. Check him out. In this game, you control Mr. or Mrs. Domino around a track, leaving a trail of dominoes behind you. As you lap around and knock the trail of dominoes over, you acquire points. This is certainly a hidden gem on the PS1. It's kind of addicting in a sense, and it reminds me of a toy set I had when I was younger called Domino Rally.
Introducing Domino Rally. Domino Rally. Get all 3 sets.
The PS2 came with some fun exclusives, especially the Kingdom Hearts series. The Final Fantasy and Disney mashup made its debut on the PS2 and has led to several follow-ups. The sequel came out in 2005, and 14 years later we finally got Kingdom Hearts 3. Sadly, I haven't even started it yet, but I do have a good reason to pick it up and start playing it. As I was making this video, they announced the release of Kingdom Hearts 4. Looks like I'll have some time because it could be released anywhere between 2023 and 2025. I found a cool Kingdom Hearts artifact while I was at my local flea market. I came across this replica of Sora's sword. I place it above my window and it makes for some nice game room flair. There are a lot of titles I played on the PS3, but a ton of my time was spent playing NCAA football. PlayStation 3 introduced us to the trophy system, and man, I was hooked. It took me about 6 years to get this trophy, and I must have played 200 plus games. The grind included me winning the Heisman Trophy with several winners, meaning a whole season with each. It started in 2012 with Barry Sanders, Eddie George, Marcus Allen, and Desmond Howard. I knocked out RG3 and Andre Ware in 2013. I came back to win it with Doug Flutie, Herschel Walker, Charlie Ward, go Knowles, and Carson Palmer, finally getting that Platinum Trophy in 2017. Most sports games come out every year, and that was the same with NCAA football until 2014 when the game was ended due to licensing issues. It's because of this that these titles are sought after and rapidly rising in price. Finally, we have my PS4 collection. The PS4 has some great exclusives too. One I keep coming back to is Wild Guns Reloaded. This is a retro western shoot 'em up with a perspective that is not commonly used. It's set up like a light gun game such as Operation Wolf, however there is no gun, just a controller. This is a re-release as the original game came out for the Super Nintendo. I'm very glad they decided to remake it as I was looking to pick up a copy for the Super Nintendo and well, yeah, no. Extra levels, weapons, and 2 more characters were added to this remake, including a dog named Bullet who uses a flying robot to help him shoot. It's a bit far-fetched, pun intended, but my best friend Cash can get on board with that. My game room looks pretty nice, but you can't get the full effect without some classic video game music. I have created my own video game room music playlist on Spotify. I was sharing some of the tracks with some friends and they ended up adding the playlist to their library. That gave me the idea to share it with you guys. We are currently at 4 whole likes, and I will leave a link to it in the description. Well, that about wraps it up for my 2022 game room tour. This has been my longest video to date, and if you've made it this far, thanks for sticking around. I have a good time revisiting some of these titles and stories and have a lot more where those came from. If you aren't subscribed yet, considering doing so as we make our way to 300 subs. My name is Quinn Noble, and if you keep watching them, I'll keep making them. Have a great day.